And there we go.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, also, just because it's easier to upload it, and if you watch it later, it's easier to listen. After about an hour, maybe somewhere between like 30 minutes to an hour or so, I'm going to like stop recording, and then like, y'all can go take a tea break or whatever, and then we'll start again and maybe like do it in little chunks like that, because the last one was, I think, like almost 2 hours, and it took forever to upload.
Well, yeah, it's easier for us to find too and sift through the information.
Yeah, and like that was something that when I was uploading, I was like, oh yeah, I thought I learned this lesson when I did the Starfinder game. I'm going to put my dice somewhere else so that when I roll them, they're not right next to the camera. I was like, is this picking up really loud on it? Let me check something real quick. Y'all hear that?
Yeah, but it's not very loud.
Okay, it's like super loud.
Yeah. ASMR.
When it's dice rolling, sure.
Yeah.
Just experience like that looks like I got a natural 10. That would be an 8. Okay, so I get that. Okay, so Sam, you never sent me those things.
I know. Do you need them for this?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. One thing though, something you guys need to jot down somewhere on your character sheet, or like an extra piece of paper. Another way to get experience in the game, and this is also kind of crucial. It's called aspirations. It's exactly as it sounds. What you want to do in the game, like your character's driving motivation. You can change them whenever you want to, in all honesty. I mean, obviously, like if it's something that's just like it's going to happen within the next 5 minutes, I'm going to call you on that. But like, let's say that the game begins and you're asked, like, it could be like, you're on the road and your car breaks down. That's how the story begins. Like your aspiration could simply be, find shelter that night before the storm comes. Perfectly acceptable. But one of them needs to be long-term. Like this could be like a character's overarching goal in life, essentially. And once you achieve those aspirations, you get a beat. Generally speaking, like when something happens, it generally goes, you want at least 3 aspirations. One super long-term one that could take several games to accomplish, if not several campaigns to accomplish. And 2 that are fairly like they might be within reason to accomplish by the end of that particular session. All I'm looking for right now is long-term ones, so I can get a little bit of an idea of where exactly you want to take your character in the game. Even if, like, obviously right now they don't know that monsters exist, and once that's done, you could change that long-term one if you wanted. But until then, let's start with Jeb. Jeb, what would be like your long-term aspiration?
To flee the town that he's kind of feels imprisoned by. Not sure exactly how that would be, but he just wants to rid himself of his hometown and his current life.
Okay, flee Stonewall. Mr. Jacob Adams, how about you?
I could see this potentially altering itself as my character becomes enlightened as the game goes on, but try to do something to curtail the opioid epidemic that's pervading through the area.
Make a dent in global heroin trade.
That's a real long-term one. Wow.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Aim big.
Dents can be small.
And Beryl.
I think just to sort of figure out what her career path is going to look like, because right now she's just sort of working at a bar just to, make rent, make fucking student loan payments, shit like that. So, just figure her shit out, I guess, basically. No, that's very vague, isn't it?
Honestly, I mean, like, I wouldn't necessarily say that's like something that you couldn't. I mean, I'm freaking 35 years old, and half the days I'm like, what the hell am I doing? So,
Damn.
I think that's a perfectly admirable, life goal right there.
It's better than the alternative, Chase, which is what have I done?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
What have I done?
All right, and I guess this means we will start rolling a little bit proper into it. A little bit of background. Let me read a little bit of stuff, give you guys a little bit of a fill. The game will be starting off in what is known as the Hill Manor Apartments. One of the biggest structures in Stonewall. Fairly old, too. Built on a really old residence called the Hill Manor. Some rich dude back in the day built it. He died. And, the next property owner just decided, you know what? Go lace it out. Make a big old thing out of it. It's even kind of dedicated to him. There's a little like plaque on the front of it, but like it's one of those plaques with like a circular kind of like profile of the guy. A lot of the kids in the apartment, they call it the penny. Let's see if there's anything else. What the heck is that? I think there's actually an engraving on there. Here I am, super unprepared. The entire game's ruined now.
Yeah, I think I'm just done with it right now.
Yeah, it's just not playing anymore. Chase can't find what some flavor text plaque says.
Some more that may never come up ever again.
Yeah, are we gonna use this?
I'm writing it down. I'm
Maybe
done.
we could. I'm not saying we're not.
But yeah, just pretty much established in like the early 1900s, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's really unusual for the area in that it is quite fairly large. Like elevator large for a small town. It's like four stories tall. If you have 5, if you count the roof, it's mostly kind of like L-shaped. 16 rooms per floor. They're not really numbered though. So like all of you guys happen to live at on the 3rd floor, but it's like room A through P pretty much. And each of you tonight is, interestingly enough, is game night for each of you guys. You all, have your own weekly thing, but there's like one lady who happens to live there. Uh-oh, there's my timer telling me to wake up. Hold on a second. Cancel. I told y'all I was exhausted. Okay, so, but her name is Janice Poole. She's pretty much like the kind of den mother of the area. Tries to throw everybody together. Most people don't really listen to it. But she has managed to get you all together, and we're not quite getting in the role playing just yet. But what game exactly has she gathered you guys for like a weekly little meetup? Like you guys meet up for like a poker game? Do you guys just random old kind of board games? Just what exactly is your meetup that breaks you away from like the everyday?
I mean, we're in a board game renaissance, right? There's a fuck ton of board games right now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we could all, like, each person has to bring a game. Or...
I like that.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm digging that.
I don't know, exploding kittens or something.
Yeah, code names or all the popular ones.
We could say tonight would be have you guys played? I know Tyler has. Have you two played Resistance?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right. You know what? We're going to use Resistance. I'll give you like a shorthand of it when we get to that point, Beryl. But it's a fun game. I think I introduced Tyler to it actually, but it's fun. So we'll do just kind of like a shorthand version of it. But we will start with Jacob. You're driving there. You're driving to your to the hotel. I mean, not the hotel, but the apartments. What kind of car does Jacob drive?
It's nothing really. I'd just say like a Honda Accord, just regular old commuter.
Getting him just from point A to point B kind of thing.
Yep.
Doesn't try to flaunt any kind of like wealth or anything.
No.
Okay, I dig that. That being said, you hear your phone ringing. It's blaring. Suddenly your car speaker just kind of ding, ding, and you see on it is it just says Dan. It just says Dan Docker. He is a client of yours.
Okay.
Um, he's a bit of a local. A lot of people just call him Rat. You probably don't think you want to call him Rat at the courthouse, but just his parents are really rich. That's how they managed to retain you. He means well, but he really kind of he's one of those like rich kids that tries not to act rich. So he tries to embrace like the trucks, the truck, the truck lifestyle. Tends to listen to a lot of ICP because mountains. um, but he was busted carrying oxy. The thing is, like, he's a stupid kid. He means well, but not necessarily a bad kid. But he's kind of ringing you right now.
How old is he?
He is 17. He's just about to turn 18.
Okay. So just pick. I'm gonna answer the call.
It's up to you. Do you want to answer the call, or are you just?
No, I'll answer the call. Hey Dan, what's up?
He's like, "Hey, Mr. Adams. Hey, Mr. Adams. Just got a couple of questions. When's my next court date?"
Well, we had your initial appearance, and so the next calendar is in a month.
Okay. Cool. I was just wondering because Jake and Geek, they were talking to me the other day. Dude. So everything I tell you is just it's between you and me, right?
Yes, I've told you this before, Dan. Anything you tell me is confidential.
Okay, and like no one's gonna like pull this kind of phone conversation on us, right?
No, I can't even tell your parents about it.
Okay, yeah, but like the law is not gonna pull this conversation on the phone,
No,
right?
no.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they literally cannot use this phone call against you because it's an attorney-client conversation.
Yeah, but like I mean, they record all that stuff, right?
If they were recording, but they can't do that. So, which means it wouldn't be admissible in court. So you're fine.
Granted, he can't see you, but maybe you need to make some kind of roll to maybe convince him of this.
Okay.
Whatever you want to roll. Just run it by me, see what you think.
Let's roll for persuasion.
Okay, persuasion in which skill? Even if you don't necessarily have that skill, like what would you think would be like the best one?
So persuasion's under a social skill.
Oh, attribute. My bad. Sorry.
Oh, I'd say manipulation.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Roll
six dots altogether.
Okay. Get 6 dice. Roll those bones. Let me see. Tell me if you're aiming for any rolls on a 8, 9, or 10.
All right, 2 successes out of that.
Okay. You hear a little bit of hesitation in his voice, and he's like, "Okay, I think you might know what you're talking about, sir. Okay, so
Oh, you hired me, Dan. So
yeah, I know, but I see this stuff, all fake news and stuff, and they're pulling up conversations. Did you know the president, like some dudes recorded a conversation he had, and they put it on TV, and he was saying like stuff about grabbing women's pussies and stuff.
Yeah, we all heard about that, man.
That shit's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so they busted me with that oxy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Geek was talking to me, and would it be smart of me to possibly sell him some Tina that I may or may not have acquired?
No, Dan, that would be terribly stupid. In fact, I would say you don't even need to be talking to him right now or anybody while this case is going forward. Period.
But like he was one that dropped me like like $500. And I don't know if you know much about the drug trade, man, but that much for meth that's a lot of money.
I don't care. You don't need to be talking to him right now. You're already in enough trouble. And it could be, think of it like this, man. You're worried about them watching. It could be a sting they're trying to get against you.
Shit,
they could
dog,
be trying
you're
to entrap
right. You are exactly right. My parents said you knew what you were talking about, man. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna let you go. See you in about a month.
All right, we'll talk before then. All right, I'll give you a call in a couple days.
Okay, t-shirt or like a throw over polo shirt. Which
no,
would you
I
recommend?
will. We will talk, and I will tell you what to wear. None of those. Okay. In fact, I will talk to your parents first about what you should be wearing.
All right, you're the best, Mr. Adams. We'll talk later.
All right, have a good day, Dan.
All right then. Click.
Oh.
Okay. Meanwhile, over at the what's that name to settle? We're gonna go over to the Pickaxe. That is the name of the local kind of college student watering hole. Okay. Beryl, your shift is about to end for the day. You covered mostly kind of like the morning shift. Not a lot of like college students coming in. Like it's kind of the beginning of the weekend, and it's obviously not going to hit until later tonight. But you got a couple of students coming in who are like mostly hitting up the place for like some buffalo wings or maybe like a burger or something like that. Yeah, and you see Destiny, one of your coworkers. She's coming up to you, and she's like, "You got any plans this weekend?"
I don't know yet, actually. Just trying to keep it open just in case anything came up. But what's going on?
Oh, nothing. So, this is my last semester. I think I was telling you that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And in a couple of weeks, we're throwing a party. And I know, might be a little bit older and stuff, but you're cool.
Wow, thanks.
She's like, no, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean any kind of disrespect on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. Yeah, right.
Like everybody there, they're regulars here, and they all love you. They all love you to death. And I might know a guy.
A guy.
A guy. He's behind you.
I'm not picking up what you're putting down. I'm sorry. I'm an old person. I guess you have to spell it out to me.
Okay. Todd, the one with the
Which
pop.
Todd? Is it douche Todd or bro Todd?
He's the one with the pop collar.
Oh, it's bro Todd. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All
right. Yeah, the pop collar. Usually it's pink. Yeah.
He wears a lot of shirts that say like "Save the Tatas" and cool guy. So cool.
Yeah, he's sweet. He's really sweet. But he was he was wondering if you would like to come, and I was like, well, I'd certainly ask her. Next Friday.
Sure. I get. Let me get back to you. I'll pencil it in. I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Just tomorrow night, just let me know because we're trying to work up a guest list.
Oh, we're trying to get all fucking fancy in this shit.
Exactly. We want to make it. We want to make it great. I mean,
it's a big deal.
Senior
right?
graduation,
Graduating
right?
It's huge. Okay, I get it.
And then I'm going to Germany.
Oh fuck! I forgot. Okay, that's amazing. Well, I hope you have a lot of money saved. Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't, but my parents, they're like, they're going, they want to help me out. They want to help me out.
Forget about that.
And they got me, they paid for my tuition, and they're like, and they know some people, so they've already got it all set up.
Perfect. Sounds great. Okay, I'll holler at you. I'll let you know.
All right, and over at the apartments, at the Hill Manor Apartments. We have Jeb. Jeb, what you doing before the game starts? You got maybe like 2 hours, and it's kind of scheduled in with board game night. What you doing at the moment?
Probably just got home from work, showered up, freshened up, get the day washed off. Probably drinking some beers. Strangely, Natty Light. Just really like Natty Light.
Because are you the it's beer and that's all that really matters, or are you the it's Natty Light and I think what was cool about 7 years ago is still really cool?
It's beer.
Okay.
Jed's a practical dude. It's got alcohol. It could be PBR. It could be Milwaukee's Best. It's all the best. It's beer.
Gotcha.
So drink some beers. Flipping through maybe some magazines. Just kind of killing time in the most kind of no frills way.
Okay. So you hear a knocking at your door.
So I'll go up to the door and ask who it is through the door.
Okay. You hear from the other side. Hey, son.
It's Dad.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
That's him talking, by the way.
Yeah. I unlock the door, open it. It's my dad, I'm assuming. Hey, Dad, how's it going?
Pretty good. Have you been?
Well, pretty good. Just working at the shop. Today was kind of a boring day. Nothing too crazy. Just kind of general stuff. You know how it is. Some small fires put out. But how are you? How are you feeling today?
Went to the doctor. Me and your mom did, and it's getting older by the day. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, why don't you come in instead of standing outside in the hallway? Come on down. You know where my manners are. Come down. Sit down.
He goes in. Bit of an elderly fellow. Not like ancient. He kind of had kids a little bit later in his life. So he doesn't quite. I mean, he was never like the fastest or strongest dad. Definitely a hard worker, but he's it's kind of got into him. But he's as gruff as ever.
Yeah.
We'll say lovably gruff.
Lovably gruff. Just tired.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of like sits down on the couch. But it's the kind of thing you can tell it requires a little bit of effort. But he just kind of toughs it through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's like, so I was wondering, can you take any kind of time off in the next couple of weeks? We got a little bit of a project over at the homestead.
Yeah, I could. I'll have to check the schedule. I think Carol, Carol, of course, the manager, and I think she's taking off next week. But Edward is going to cover her shift. But I'll have to check the schedule. What do you have a day in mind, or just any time next week?
Well, okay. So your mom, God rest her heart, she's got it in her. We need a garden.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and we need a garden means that I need to make a garden.
Yep. Yeah. I know. and that therefore means that I'm helping you make a garden.
Well, I mean, you got your own life. I got that, but it's just like pretty much going to take a couple of days. But I just need you for like maybe half a day in the afternoon.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then I'm sure I can get someone to watch the store. I mean, half a day. I can definitely do that for you and Mom to help you by all means.
Okay, cool. And we can't really throw a whole lot your way, but we can cover gas. If you got to do any kind of errands, we can. If you got to run to like the store and get anything, I can cover that. I can throw it for your beers your way.
Dad, you're my father. I'm not going to extort you for petty cash to help you out. I mean, it's
okay.
son.
Okay, so no beer at all.
I mean, I feel like beer just kind of comes with it, but cash is dirty stuff. You know, beer comes from a loving place. You know how we are. You know,
he laughs, punches in the shoulder, kind of like old man punch. It's frail. You feel the bone. You feel the brittle bones breaking.
No. He has to take a nap afterwards.
Yes. He's like, no. All right, then, fine. No money, but I'm getting you. You're at least having a couple of beers. And
with you.
Of course, and we'll get you dinner too afterwards.
Okay, all right. Now I always go for dinner. You know, I love dinners.
Not your mom cooking though. She's getting KFC.
Hey, I mean, the Colonel knows what's up. I mean, you know how we do. Mom's fried chicken's good, but the Colonel's, it's extra special secret stuff. So.
Well, I wouldn't say that out loud, ever. But you're absolutely right. He goes. Yeah, you got any plans tonight?
Yeah. So some of the folks on this level, the 4 have a little game night. It's just kind of silly. Just bring some games. Just they're all right folk. I mean, I don't really know them too well, but they're all right. This lady Janice, she's always trying to get us to commingle, and it's sweet. So I go. So that's really it. It's in a couple hours though.
Janice, huh? She's single? He kind of raises an eyebrow.
Maybe, but she's also older, which, older.
He's like, hey, I don't know what you kids are into, but, I'm not going to judge.
Well, if I say even if she is or isn't, it doesn't matter, Dad. I appreciate you, trying to encourage me, but I'm perfectly fine.
All right. He kind of looks around and, kind of notices the beer cans sitting here and there around the place, some of which might have been there a little longer than just this evening.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, okay. But he just kind of sits there, kind of drums. He's like, I got a favor I need to ask of you too, son, other than helping me make a little victory garden for your mom.
All right, another one.
So I'm not gonna lie. This whole victory garden, I'm trying to. Me and your mom kind of had a bit of a had some words. Nothing bad. I just it'd be cool if I just kind of laid low here for a couple of hours.
Oh, that bad?
Okay.
I mean, the last time you did that, it was pretty big fallout. I mean, you remember? I don't have to talk about it. I mean, it was pretty bad.
Look, I don't like your aunt Janice at all. But sometimes that needs brought up, and sometimes it doesn't. And tonight, it really did not need to be brought up.
Oof. Okay. Yeah. So select words.
If you wouldn't mind me just kind of hanging out here for a little bit.
Yeah, Dad, I mean, feel free to help yourself to whatever So I didn't expect you to stay, so I would have made cleaned up. But yeah.
It's no big deal. Like I said, I'm probably just going to be kind of just chilling out here. But yeah, you go do your game thing or whatever. I'll just be chilling out here. But yeah, when you come back, we can hang, have a few drinks. I'll get a taxi or whatever that app thing is on your phone that can call somebody that acts like a taxi.
Yeah, the Uber or Lyft.
Sure, Uber or Lyft.
Yeah, well, I'll just drive you over. It's not that far. I mean.
All right. Well, yeah, you go out. You have fun. Let the old man sit here and watch Steve Harvey.
Yeah, well, I got the complete collection, so help yourself. Hi, Dad. I'll come back in about an hour or two.
I'll say, Jeb, huge Steve Harvey fan.
He's a family man. He's so jovial. No, he's not.
It's like I didn't know you could buy Family Feud on DVD, but or Blu-ray, rather.
You can. It's one of the things. It's bootlegged.
You've got a bunch of bootleg Blu-rays of Family Feud episodes from a decade ago.
Yep, it's canon. It's canon.
Amazing.
All right. I'm gonna.
I got
go
one
on.
question.
What's up?
You said my Aunt Janice? That's not Janice Poole, Aunt Janice.
No. Honestly, yeah, let's switch a name. I wasn't really expecting anything like that. What's your aunt's name? We're going to retcon this right here and now.
Her
This
name
cannot stand.
Her name is Matilda.
It's a peak aunt name, yeah. Oh my god.
Is she 120 years old?
That's the first thing I thought of because that's the name of the house.
That's fine. Aunt Maddie.
Yeah, this works better.
It works.
Aunt Matilda.
Matilda.
Yeah, Aunt Maddie. We'll go with that. All right. I'm going to end this recording and hold on a second. So easy breakups and all. I was like, stop recording. Pow. Pow.